Try to feed into the middle. Backhander. Score! Oh, save made by Hellman. ASU are your conference champions.
Welcome to Inferno TV here for the series finale and the season finale between the Maryville Saints and the ASU Sun Devils. Pleased you could join us here on Inferno TV. We've got a good broadcast for you. Glad you could come along for the ride. Alongside Brady Hanson, I'm Ari Wall. And, well, Brady, we talked about it in the open. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but this is a bit of a different roster than we saw last year, the team that made it to Nationals and played the Maryville Saints last year. When you look at this team and the way the roster is constructed, what are some of your expectations, and then also what are some of your keys to winning this game here tonight?
Well, yeah, like I said in the opening, the bar has been set. Last year, ASU won the Western Championships. They moved on to Nationals. So that's where the bar is set for this team. And honestly, all they got to do is they just got to stay aggressive to the puck like they were last year. Bring that same energy that last year's team brought, and they should have no difficulties getting back there this year.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out here tonight as both teams getting set to get on the ice here. Starting goaltenders for this one, Carson Hellman in net for the Sun Devils, and for the Maryville Saints it is Caitlin Cadrain. Carson Hellman was starting goalie for pretty much all of last season, the WWCHL MVP. She'll be between the pipes trying to lead the Sun Devils to the victory here tonight, and the puck is dropped and we're officially underway here in the 2023-2024 season as Sydney Paulson tries to work it in deep. Instead it was stopped up at the red line. As a reminder, these two teams met against each other in the Nationals last year. It was ASU's first trip to Nationals in Boston, and the Maryville Saints took game one, and the Sun Devils would go on to lose the second game in Nationals. They would go 0-2, but Lindsay Ellis, all of these players would say that last year was a massive success for this program as a whole. Let's fight for it here in the near side corner. Sammy Murphy tried to knock Poisson off the puck. Instead it's played out in front. Maryville trying to get a shot off. Instead it's deflected into the far side corner where Breanne Powell will play it, one of the newcomers for this Sun Devil roster. Powell is able to try to work it out to Murphy. Instead it goes all the way down for Paulson, who just dumps it in for a change. The first shift of this 2023-24 season, still just a minute in. The Sun Devils work it all the way on back where Amanda Benson plays it at the red line. A turnover, and Maryville comes back the other way, but a nice back check there by the Sun Devils and the captain, Ellie McKenna. Into the corner, McKenna delivers a hit. Now tries to work it out. Instead it's checked up by Fleming right at the blue line, no offsides. Puck comes to the far side right by the ASU bench. As Paige Ring will work it all the way down and into the Maryville zone. Only one shot on goal in this game, and that was Maryville. So we're still just getting underway here in the Mountain America Community Iceplex. Different arena than many of you are likely used to. The Ocean side of last year. The Ocean side that is no more. Sun Devils will be playing majority of their games right here in Tempe in the Mountain America Community Iceplex instead. Berkeley Radcliffe with it, tries to get it out herself. Maryville does a nice job pinching at the blue line right in front of the ASU bench. Now they skate it on in, trying to centering one. Instead it goes off a lot of skates and deflects behind the ASU bench, where Radcliffe will retrieve it once again.
Yeah, and ASU is already finding themselves often in their own defensive zone. This is something that they got to capitalize on. They got to get the puck back into the offensive zone and keep it there.
Into the far corner now. The Sun Devils try to center one. Instead, there will be a fight for it in the far side. A couple players go down, and the Saints emerge with the puck and try to clear the zone. Instead, it goes right into the Maryville bench, and we'll get our first whistle here. 17:34 to go in the first. So far, just a back-and-forth game here in this season. Like we said, these are the same teams that met last year. The Maryville Saints are a lot of the same roster, but the Sun Devils are not. A lot of the top scorers from last year no longer on the team, and a lot of newcomers as well that are going to try to jolt this Sun Devils roster into making another WWCHL appearance, and winning another WWCHL championship is the goal. Into the corner, Tristan Craig delivers a hit in the far side. Puck comes free all the way around, where Brittany Bridell will be the first one to it. Now it goes all the way into the far side. Haley Iverson for the Saints gets there first. The Saints try to exit the zone, and they do so. Possible 2-on-2, but the pass is a little bit too long, and Maddie Pladsen will be the first one to it. Brittany Bridell chips it all the way into the far side corner. The Saints will get it behind their own net. Puck comes free to the point where Mia Jarvis has it, and she turns it over. Here come the Saints the other way with speed. Pass across. An opportunity for the Saints as it was Poisson with a chance. And an easy second save, I should say, for Carson Hellman.
Yeah, and there we see only our second shot on goal, 1.5 minutes through this game. Great defense by both of these teams so far to prevent the shots on goal while in their defensive zones.
Saints win the draw here. This comes free to the center of the offensive zone. Sun Devils will try to exit the zone, and they do so. Get it out to the far side. Tristan Craig, Mia Jarvis, I should say, works it on in. Murphy gets there first, and then this one just goes into the bench. Sammy Lutch chips it right into the Maryville Saints bench. About 4 minutes into this game, so far the Sun Devils without a shot on goal, but they've had possession of the puck for a decent amount of time. Just have not been able to test Caitlin Cadrain in the crease. Face off right at the blue line. Fight for it right by the penalty box on the far side corner. Comes free to the red line. Now Poisson is able to chip it into the far side corner. Race for the puck, getting there first is Lutch. Right by the ASU bench now. Murphy will whack away at it. She comes away with the puck for a moment. Tries to exit the zone. Instead, it's stopped at the blue line. Now a shot. Hellman makes the initial save. Puck was free for a moment. Rutherford was whacking away at it. But Hellman able to evade the danger there and keep that play alive.
Yeah, there was a nice save by Hellman there. She was able to tuck it in. Lost it for a second, but ASU quick to get the puck back.
And now the Sun Devils will try to finally clear the zone. They do, as Murphy's able to skate it out. Some of her line mates going for a change behind her. She'll stay on the ice a little bit extra long and now finally go for a change herself. Saints trying to work it back the other way. Not a lot on that pass for St. Louis. Does the job, though, gets them off the ice as well, as both teams executed a change there in that last sequence. Ellie McKenna had it knocked off her skate. Now tries to work it in deep. Instead, it's stopped up at the blue line, and we'll get a whistle for a hand pass about 5 minutes into this game. We talked to Lindsay Ellis a little bit as well before this game started about some of the newcomers, and said with more skill comes higher expectations, and so not only making it to nationals but getting far in nationals is the goal. And it starts right here, the first game of the regular season, and in a non-conference game as well, as they take on the Maryville Saints. O'Leary tried to work it through the crease. Instead, it went off the outside of the cage and came free. Shot is blocked by the skate, with a stick, I should say, of Ellie McKenna. And all the way back to the neutral zone where ASU will able to forecheck here. Saints come back the other way, a 2-on-3. In the far side, it's Brennan tries to center one. Instead, it goes off of Hellman, and again, McKenna's first to it. Stopped up right at the blue line. The Sun Devils don't exit the zone, and now they finally do on a pass that goes off a skate and finds Paige Ring in the far side. Paige Ring is tripped up, and that's going to be the first penalty of the game. Opportunity for the Sun Devils. Ring draws the penalty, and the Saints are going to the box for 2 minutes.
And that was a pretty easy penalty call right there in the open ice as she was chasing down the puck. Easy call there. ASU will have their first power play of the season coming up.
So it'll be Kelsall going to the box for the Saints. The Sun Devils will have 2 minutes to try to put up their first goal of the season. This was a power play that converted just 16.8% of the time last year. We'll see what they do with their first chance in 2023. Platson drops it on back. Now across a slap shot for McKenna. Saved by Cole Drain, and a couple whacks at it, but Kat Drain's able to come away with it. So a nice opportunity right off the draw for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, and there's ASU's first shot on goal of the year. A lot better than what we've seen last year. Last year they were just firing at will. This year it looks to be a little bit more of a strategic shot strategy here with the power play going.
Long face-off win for the Sun Devils. Ellie McKenna is forced to skate all the way back to retrieve it. Now the Saints will do some forechecking on the penalty kill. McKenna gets to it in the near side, tries to work it out, finds Pladson with it. Pladson skates right through the neutral zone, still with it, coast to coast. Stops up, waits for teammates, and now we'll try to set things up on the far side. Down low, back up top. Radcliffe fires a shot, and that one deflected just wide. Cadrain tried to cover it. Sun Devils were able to keep it alive, though. 1 minute to go on this power play.
Yeah, that was a good idea on the deflection there. Just went a little wide, but I like the idea that they're going for there.
Radcliffe miscommunication with Craig in the corner. The Sun Devils able to keep it alive. Craig Drops it on back up top for Mia Jarvis, who's skating in, takes a shot, loose in front. And the Saints tried to clear the zone, but it's blocked again, and the Sun Devils will keep it in. Right up by the blue line. Saved again by Radcliffe at the line. Radcliffe working on in, tries the center one, goes off the skate of a Saint, and goes into the corner. Sun Devils still able to keep possession here, though, in the offensive zone. Craig fires a shot, had it knocked off her stick. Puck pops free in the defensive zone for the Saints, and the Sun Devils keep it alive momentarily, but not long enough. Haley Martin now with it. Up top for Radcliffe, she got enough on it to keep it in the zone. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Sam Murphy working with it. Fires a shot, missed it wide. Into single digits here on the 5-on-4, and that looks like that'll do it. 3 seconds, 2. And the Saints have killed off the first penalty kill against the Sun Devils in this game. Back to 5-on-5, but a couple shots on that power play, and another one there off the stick of Mia Jarvis is handled by Cadrain.
Yeah, and if you're head coach Lindsay Ellis there, you got to be proud of that power play. You didn't get the goal that you wanted, but they kept the puck in the offensive zone for the majority of that power play. Keeping possession of that puck is what is key in this game, especially against these two juggernauts.
Scrum for it here on the near side comes away for the Saints, and a shot from the blue line is easily handled by the stick of Hellman. That one went just off the edge of the skate. A good save by Hellman on back-to-back opportunities.
Yeah, great pad save there by Hellman.
Right at the blue line, finally comes free out to the red line. The Sun Devils will clear the zone and go for a change, and this one goes right into the Sun Devil bench for another stoppage.
Head to the ASU Women's Hockey website for information about how your business.
Well, another note on the Sun Devils this year, we also got to talk to Lindsay Ellis, and she was talking about the speed difference from this year to last year, and she said that this year she can already notice everything's a lot faster with so many freshmen on the roster. They're really jolting that offense, and so we're seeing that a little bit here today. Just the speed of the Sun Devils, it's been pretty back and forth to this point. But we've seen the impact some of the freshmen have made, and some of the newcomers. Mia Jarvis has had some good ice time as she skates with the puck right now. Works it on ahead for Brittany Bridell. There's a lot of freshmen on this team, newcomers to be excited about. Paige Ring, Evelyn Olsen, Emma Compton, could go on and on. Mia Jarvis as well. They could be highly impactful players for the Sun Devil roster as the Sun Devils are offsides here with 10:51 to go.
Yeah, and it looked like Maryville was trying to bait a penalty there. Player went down. Could have been a penalty on ASU. Luckily, they did not get it, and it's just an offsides call, so we're going to play on here from neutral ice.
Face off right outside the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. The Saints win it. Try to work it into their offensive zone. Instead, it's loose for Sutera, and she works it on ahead. Tripped up there at the blue line were the Sun Devils, and the Saints come away with it.
Yeah, what we're seeing here is ASU's been playing in their defensive zone a lot on the 5-on-5. I mean, you can't really tell if they're trying to be as aggressive as Maryville, but Maryville has definitely been more dominant with the puck, and they've been quicker to the puck, which ASU needs to be better at.
Radcliffe tried to center a pass there. Instead, it went off a skate of the Maryville player, and the Saints nearly offsides here. They won't blow the whistle as there's only a delayed offsides. The Sun Devils able to come away with it, chip it on in deep. Chasing after it is Ellie McKenna. Back at the red line is Pladsen. Pladsen weaving through defenders. What a move by Pladsen. She gets it all the way into the offensive zone, carries it in herself, and takes a shot, but couldn't get it on net as the Saints were all around her, basically 1-on-5 that whole sequence. Into the corner, trying to center one through, but the Saints are right there again. Big check at the blue line by the Sun Devils, but it forces a 2-on-2 the other way. Here's a shot by the Saints, and it's handled easily by Hellman. That was Argolopoulos with the shot. Pass made its way on goal. Hellman's able to stick it wide. Now puck comes free. Ellen McKenna on the backhand, works it on out. Here comes a 2-on-1. Fleming with McKenna to her right. Fleming, pass it off to McKenna. Here's a shot, and what a save by Cadrain. The best opportunity of the night, and McKenna can't get it past her. Opportunity still alive. McKenna with another chance, and she could not get the follow-up shot on net, but a good 2 sequences there for the Sun Devils, forcing Cadrain to make a big save.
Yeah, McKenna's just so fast down the ice there. You think she's not going to get there to be even with her teammate, but she gets there just in time as we have an icing here on the ice now.
So with 8:42 to go, we get the icing. Ellie McKenna, the captain of this team. In case you missed the Cronkite News story as well, shout out to Trey Matthews for putting that together. That's available on Cronkite News. You can watch more of the story behind Ellie McKenna and some of the other Alaskan natives and their journey from Alaska to now playing on the ASU women's hockey team. We encourage you to go check out that story as well. Her, Berkeley Radcliffe, Jill Ketchum, all natives of Alaska. And now here, trying to lead the Sun Devils to back-to-back WWCHL championships. This one comes free. Brianne Powell with it with speed. Powell takes a shot, but it went right off her stick. Didn't get a lot on it and went into the corner. And now a miscommunication at the blue line forces it out of the zone. Mia Jarvis with some nice work, fires a slap shot wide. We're seeing already the impact of some of these newcomers and that speed that we were talking about. You can see it there from Powell and Jarvis. Here come the Saints the other way. Radcliffe trying to force her to the outside. Centering try. Nobody there for the Saints as Brydell is the first one to it for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, that was a good job by ASU there to clog the center, prevent that pass from reaching Maryville.
Puck comes free to the neutral zone once again for Craig. Tristan Craig with it. Working on in. Tries to feed one through on the backhand. Still with possession now on the far side. Gets it back up top to the point for a slap shot, and this one just deflects wide. Sun Devil offense starting to come to life these past couple of minutes. The Saints will just dump it in and go for a change behind the play.
Yeah, and we're starting to see ASU slowly get their line changes in. They keep going one at a time, but now we're starting to see more people going off. It looks like 3 people coming onto the ice here for ASU.
Still just the first game of the regular season for the Sun Devils. They played 2 scrimmages versus the Arizona Kachinas where they dominated, but that was more so a test to sort of see the freshmen in action and get a taste of what we could expect from them, as that's a nice pass played ahead by Pladsen. It went off the stick of Evelyn Olsen, though. Could not handle it.
Yeah, that was good vision by Pladsen there on that pass. Visualized where her teammate was going to be, got it through both sticks into her teammate.
You get a nice view here ringside. It might be a little bit tougher to see the far side, but it is a fun view here in the near side corner in the Mountain America Community Iceplex, as we said, where a majority of the Sun Devil games will be held, home games I should say, as opposed to Oceanside where they were in the past. Sun Devils force a turnover right in the offensive zone. Ellie McKenna tries to work it through, but it's went off the stick of Gerwitz and into the corner. Cooper for the Saints tries to get there. Instead, it's up to the point, where another slap shot opportunity for Jarvis. A couple whacks at it, but Cadrain covers up with 5:50 to go.
Yeah, that was a good slap shot, and McKenna right there to follow up just in case the puck got out of the mid, trying to poke it in. But good job there all around from both teams.
So another offensive zone faceoff coming up. Sun Devils out shooting the Saints 7-6 in terms of shots on goal in this game so far. Sun Devils win the draw and they work it in deep behind the net. Right behind the cage of Cadrain. Comes free to the corner where Powell takes it. Powell loses the handle for a moment. It becomes free to the point for another slap shot, and this one's blocked by a Saints defender, and she'll hobble her way to the bench. Putting the body on the line there was Maddie Johnson. Into the corner for Brooks. She loses the handle, and it's turned over. Murphy with it. Able to work it on from Mia Jarvis. Jarvis slows up and waits for new Sun Devils on the ice after the change. Pass across, goes off a couple skates, and now to Brydell, who fires a shot wide. Here come the Saints back the other way on a 2-on-2. Poisson tried to work it past Radcliffe, but to no avail. The Sun Devils are able to quickly end that opportunity. Here come the Saints back the other way again. It was Callhammer with it. She turned it over right at the red line. Now a turnover. The Saints losing possession of the puck here more frequently over these last couple of minutes. The Sun Devil defense seems to be getting stronger. Four minutes to go, and we'll get a whistle here for a high stick. Face-off will be coming just outside the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. Pardon me, it looks like it'll actually be coming all the way into the offensive zone for the Saints. Taken by Brennan. She wins the draw for the Saints, and a quick shot off the face-off by the captain, Gerwitz, was blockered away by Hellman. Into the corner, it's Gillings. Up top for Kelsall. Down low for Brennan. She centers one. Here comes a chance for the Saints, but it's just knocked off the stick of Gillings. Up top for Gerwitz. She fires a long shot, and Hellman gives up a rebound, loose in front, and a couple of chances at it for the Saints, but good saves by Hellman.
Yeah, and a great job by the ASU defense. On those 2 rebounds from Hellman, the defense was right there to corral the puck and get it out.
Amanda Benson works it on out all the way down the length of the ice. Maddie Platson will retreat for the Sun Devils. Send one all the way through for Fleming, who gives it off quickly to McKenna. McKenna with it. Working on her backhand now, slows up. Drops it back up top to the point for Platson. Platson fires a wrister, and it never made its way on net. Blocked up by a couple Maryville Saints. And an opportunity to exit the zone, and they will. All the way back the other way is O'Brien. O'Brien right in on net. O'Brien with a shot, and it goes off the right shoulder of Carson Hellman. What a save to keep the Saints out of the net.
I mean, what a save. Hellman's keeping ASU in this game right now, and a great job to have the awareness to block that and cover it as soon as she got that save.
And with that, we welcome in the third member of our broadcast team, Jack Bartlett. What do you got, Jack?
Thanks, Ari. 2 keys early to consider in this game. For Maryville, they've had 25 or more shots in their first 2 games of the season, 25 in the first game, 28 in the second game, in which they won against McKendree University. Here tonight, though, only 11 shots through the first period. Their offense has started to hit its stride later in the first period, but for ASU, the big factor is momentum and the atmosphere. Several returning alumni from the Arizona State women's hockey team in attendance right near the bench. Jill Ketchum comes to mind. A couple of other girls also alumni on the team around her, celebrating and cheering on their former teammates, and have a few key returners for ASU as well. So for Maryville, the offense, and for ASU, the momentum and the atmosphere. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jack. While you were talking, an opportunity for the Sun Devils, but Cadrain came up with the save, and now a shot just deflected wide of Hellman's net. In the box right now is Sydney Paulson. She was taken off for 2 minutes for a slash. And so basically to end this period, the Saints will have 2 minutes on the clock now, just 1 minute 40. Skating right through the crease. That time was Maddie Johnson, but it went right outside the side of the cage. Turned over at the red line. Here's an opportunity for the Sun Devils the other way. Skating right in on net is Martin. Martin with a chance. Martin with a backhander, and it's saved by Cadrain. Opportunity there for Martin on the short-handed advantage. And Cadrain comes up with the stop.
Sun Devils was right there trying to get a shorthanded goal. Now Maryville's looking to attack here in the offensive zone.
Can't keep the puck in at the blue line, and so after a good first 30 seconds or so on the power play, these next 30 seconds have seemed to go in the favor of Arizona State. Now with just 2 minutes left to go in the period and under 1 on the power play for the Saints. Can't get it past the red line. They'll have to slow up and take it back in their own end once again. Now Callhammer's able to work it on through. Callhammer drops it on back for Brooks. Back to Callhammer. Back down low and deflected off the stick. Mia Jarvis there with the defense. Up top for Callhammer, back to the point. Another shot never made its way on net. It went wide of Hellman. Ellie McKenna with a chance to clear, and she does just that. All the way down the length of the ice. And a couple changes for the Sun Devils late in this penalty kill.
Yeah, textbook defense there by ASU. Good clear by McKenna to end it.
Sun Devils penalty kill last year, 88.1%. That was 11th best in the WWCHL, and they're 6 seconds away from killing off their first penalty of the season.
1 minute remaining.
Just 1 second left, and now the penalty ends to Paulson, who goes immediately onto the bench. Back to 5-on-5 and under 1 minute to play in the period. Right behind the net, Maddie Johnson took a swipe at it with her hand. Instead it comes free up top, and the Sun Devils will work it out of the zone. Tristan Craig with it. Had it knocked off her stick back into the neutral zone, and Sun Devils tried to enter the zone, but a little bit too quickly as Sammy Lutch carried it in offsides.
Yeah, and with the final 30 seconds of this period coming up, it's been like a pretty even match for both of these teams so far, but I would have to say the upper hand goes to Maryville. They've just controlled the puck a little longer than ASU has.
12-9 in terms of shots on goal. That's in favor of the Saints. Face-off won by the Sun Devils. It's taken here by Hannah Coons. Coons into the corner. Had it knocked off her stick, but it went back to the point for Craig, who worked it down low. 24 seconds left in the period. Right behind the net now, a fight for it. Right behind the cage of Cajarain, who's been perfect here in this first. Both goaltenders have. Into the corner, now just 10 seconds left to play. Up top for Coons. She works it all the way back down and into the far side corner. Perhaps one last shot here in this period for the Sun Devils if they can get it off, and they do, right in on net. And a good opportunity right at the horn. Does not get through. So that'll do it here for the first. Tied at 0 after 20 minutes.
Yeah, what a save there at the end, too, to close out the period. This is really all you can ask for a first period of the year for ASU and Maryville. It'll be exciting to watch the rest of this game as it plays out.
So after one period of play, we'll step aside. We've got 15 minutes on the clock as the Zambonis will come out to resurface the ice. 12-10 in favor of shots on goal. And we'll be back in just a moment. We'll have an intermission report for you in just a few moments, so stay tuned for that. And then, of course, we'll have the second period and the rest of the game for you. So stay tuned here, right here on Inferno TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Stephen Buxton, joined by Lachlan McTagg. Lachlan, so far, ASU and Maryville tied 0-0 through the first period. What have you seen so far from both teams?
Yeah, I mean, for ASU, I think the first part of this game has just been the feeling out process. Obviously, their lineup is intact like this for the first time all season. It's opening night. Players are still building chemistry, so there's definitely going to be an adjustment process. And for Maryville, coming off the split last weekend, there's clear intentions that they need to get the puck deep in ASU's zone and impose their forecheck. And they did a couple times. They hammed ASU in their defensive zone a few times, not allowing them to get the puck out.
So obviously they had a couple dominant performances against the Kachinas a couple weeks ago. Now against better competition, obviously, against Maryville, the team they faced last year. What do you think so far, compared to that competition against the Kachinas, what do you think they've done so far against clearly superior competition?
Yeah, I think for ASU, early on they missed a couple passes, and they paid for it a little bit. You know, there was odd man rushes, chances that Maryville had. ASU didn't get their first shot opportunity until 4 or 5 minutes into the game, which definitely didn't happen against the Kachinas, obviously registering 50 shots in both of those contests. So I think for ASU, they just had to realize early on that their mistakes weren't going to compound and hurt them eventually, and they weren't going to get away with missing simple passes.
So they're tied 10, or they're pretty close in shots right now. It's 10-12. A big emphasis going into the year was getting some of the new transfers and some of the new rookies. It's getting more speed on the team, getting more speed to get open lanes, get more shots on the goal. What do you think? Do you think it's working so far? And what do they have to do going forward to cap off a win with these next two periods?
Yeah, I mean, in that first period, Maryville had some great chances, but I think ASU did have better grade A opportunities than the Saints. And we saw a couple times, obviously Haley Martin had a breakaway on that shorthanded chance there, and she just pickpocketed the defenseman at the blue line and went in on goal. She couldn't score. The ASU had a couple 2-on-1s where they had the centerman and the winger both fly the zone at the same time, a chip off the boards, and it's a simple 2-on-1. That has to continue to work for ASU, and if you're the Saints, you got to have that defenseman pinch down and seal that wall effectively, because ASU is going to run that play quite often.
Speaking of defense, what have you seen from both teams, ASU specifically, schematically, whether it's the lines? What have you seen so far?
Yeah, both defensive cores are very similar in that they both love to create off the rush. And what that means is when they make the pass, they get up in the offense right away and are a second or even third or fourth option potentially for passing. And they like to outnumber their opponents in the offensive zone off the rush, which is key. As well in the neutral zone, Maryville has pinched quite a lot with that strong side D-man, which you don't see a whole lot. So when those ASU defensemen are back there looking up ice at options, they look to their strong side winger, and that is getting sealed off effectively, and we've seen many passes get intercepted in the neutral zone. And for ASU, they just play a numbers game. They just keep everything sound and compact in the neutral zone, and a lot of turnovers have gone down there so far in that first period.
ASU and Maryville tied 0-0 through the first period. We'll be back soon. I'm Stephen Buxton, joined by Lachlan McTagg, and we'll be back.
Welcome back as we get ready for the second period of play here at Mountain America Community Iceplex. I'm Brady Hanson alongside Ari Wall. Ari, what did you see in this first period of play?
Well, overall, it was a good period for the Sun Devils. They were able to force a lot of turnovers and play sort of their style. We saw a lot of the speed that obviously Lindsay Ellis has been looking forward to this year, that fans can be looking forward to this year. And shots on goal about 10 to 12. It seemed like a little bit of a slow start for the Sun Devils. Maryville came out a little bit faster, but I think over the grand scheme of things, the better chances in that period went to the Sun Devils. Ellie McKenna had a good chance earlier. There were some chances on the power play, and then right at the end of the first period, another chance. So Carson Hellman's doing her job, obviously, in net for the Sun Devils, but on the other side of things, you know, Maryville's playing good defense in front of Kat Drain and making sure that nothing gets by her as well.
Well, it's been a pretty even match so far. We're going to go ahead and send it over to our sideline reporter, Jack Bartlett. Jack, take it away.
Thanks, guys. A lot of returners and key returners for Maryville back with the team here tonight at Mountain America Credit Union Community Iceplex. Sydney Poisson and Addison Cooper scored the 2 and lone goals in the ACHA playoffs against Arizona State a season ago. And we also have to consider Caitlin K. Drain, the starting goaltender for Maryville. She had a perfect 22 for 22 night, 100% goals saving percentage in the ACHA playoffs against Arizona State last season to knock out the Sun Devils. The other important thing to keep in mind for Maryville, as I already mentioned, high offense. We already see 12 shots on goal for the team, 10 shots for Arizona State. Cadrain, again, perfect. 10 for 10 on shots for goal with those saves. 12 for Carson Hellman as the Arizona State goaltender. A lot of high offense we've seen, a lot of key defense. I expect that to carry out through the second period and then the third period as well. Back to you guys.
Well, like Jack said, it has been a goalies duel tonight. The Tendies have been going at it. 22 combined shots on goal with 10 saves for Cadron and 12 for Hellman. We'll see if one can finally get in the net here in the second period.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit of that last year in the playoffs as well in Boston. It was not a high-scoring game, and so we're used to seeing that when these two teams face off, and obviously this is only the first of two. We'll have the second game right here as well, so it should be exciting today and tomorrow. We'll definitely see how this one finishes off, but through one period of play, I think overall Lindsay Ellis has to be happy with how her team played, but knowing her and knowing how this team operates, still a lot of room for improvement heading into the second period.
Well, the clock's ticking away as we're getting ready for puck drop. Teams are breaking their huddles, and here we go. Second period of play here in Tempe. Of course, we are set up here near what is now Maryville's defensive zone. So we do apologize if we may miss anything in Maryville's offensive zone, ASU's defensive zone. We're working with what we got here at the Mountain America Community Iceplex.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned a couple times in the first, like, Oceanside's a great place. Well, I should say was a great place and is no longer, but we're still adjusting to our conditions here as well, trying to make the most of a new ice rink for us and also for a lot of these players.
And Maryville won the opening face-off. ASU quick to get to the puck, though, but they're going to lose it, and they're going to fight for it here at neutral ice. Maryville's going to take it into the offensive zone now. This is Johnson. Johnson with the puck now in the far corner. Passes it off. Puck's getting around behind the net now. ASU retains possession. Looking up ice is ASU. The Sun Devils looking for an attack here. Good block there by Maryville. And the puck's going to be exchanged between the two teams here on neutral ice. Moving forward now is ASU. This is Powell. Powell passes it off to the top of the key. Or blue line, rather. My bad. But it's a turnover here, and now Maryville's going to go on the attack. Mishandled puck there by Poison. Or Poisson, rather. My bad. And now ASU is going to get the puck in neutral ice. McKenna passes it off. Up ice now is ASU. Losing the puck. Good defense here from both teams as the puck keeps going back and forth between the two teams. And pucks staying in neutral ice really so far to start the second period. A little flick up for ASU, dump it into the offensive zone, but Maryville's going to be fastest to the puck here.
Yeah, we saw a lot of this in the first as well. Still just sort of a feeling out process, and I think you're seeing that a little bit here in the second period as both teams start to try to make adjustments to how the other team has been playing in this game. But the big thing offensively, and you're seeing it again with another shot there, is that neither team's really been able to work in close to the net in proximity, and I think that's where a lot of these great opportunities are going to come from. You're not going to get a lot through if you're shooting at the blue line, and so for both of these teams, that's got to be a key focus point in the second period.
Now moving to speed is McKenna. McKenna in the far corner, passes it to the middle, doesn't connect with any sticks. Here at the top of the key now is Radcliffe. Radcliffe sends it in, but nobody's able to get it. The puck now is Ring. Ring, far side corner, skating around looking for someone to pass who dumps it off to the corner. ASU now, this is Sutera. Sutera down on the ground. Delayed penalty, and we're going to have a call here. Looks like it's going to be number 92, Morgan McGowan, going to the box here for Maryville.
And it's another opportunity for the Sun Devil power play. We talked about it a little earlier, about last year and their struggles with it. Already 0 for 1 in this game. This is another chance for them. They'll get the puck in the offensive zone and a chance for them to...
Sam Murphy on the faceoff for ASU. The Sun Devils do not get the puck, and it's going to be cleared there for Maryville.
Morgan McGowan, 2 minutes for interference.
Now Maryville's got the puck in the offensive zone while on the penalty kill. Can they make something out of it? No, they cannot. ASU gets the puck, looking to attack here on the power play. Up ice into the offensive zone now. Murphy shot, blocked, save. Murphy doesn't realize the puck's at her feet and loses it. Trying to keep the puck inside the zone, and ASU is unable to do it now. McKenna with the puck at neutral ice, looking for a pass. Skating up ice. Looks like she's going to take it herself. Into the offensive zone is McKenna. McKenna circling around the ice, passing in the front. Cannot get it to land on the pass. Pladson now with the puck. Pladson looking. She sends it off. This is Powell now. Powell looking for options, looking for a shot maybe. Passes it to the blue line. Shot there. Blocked. McKenna's shot is blocked. Now we got an attack. This is O'Leary. O'Leary with the breakaway. Can't you do something? Deke shot, score! Maryville strikes first here in Tempe.
Well, what a move by Colleen O'Leary. In on the penalty kill, shorthanded goal. Deflating for the Sun Devils, to say the least, and really nothing much Carson Hellman can do. Went to the forehand, backhand, and then finally finished it off on the backhand just over that right hand of Carson Hellman to put that first goal on the board.
Yeah, and that's brutal there for ASU. You're on the power play. You think you got the advantage, but then the breakaway goal just happens on the miscue, and now you're all of a sudden you're down one while up in the numbers advantage.
Still time on this power play, though, to get one back.
ASU trying to do just that as they send the puck in the offensive zone, but Maryville once again, ASU looking once again. This is Craig. Craig with the puck now. On the far side, Craig looking for a shot. Can't handle the puck very well. Poked away by the Maryville defender. Now Radcliffe with the puck. Radcliffe looking for a pass. Blocked again. Maryville might have another shot here, but they're just going to dump it off and get a line change. ASU's going to regain the puck behind the net, and now Maryville is back at full strength. ASU no longer has the power play advantage. All they were able to do was give up a goal there on that power play.
Yeah, a couple opportunities, a couple shots on goal, but really nothing to show for it. And obviously the worst possible scenario when you're on a power play is give up that shorthanded goal, especially in a tie game like this. All the momentum then swings back in favor of the Saints. But we've seen so far the Sun Devils have had an upper hand in some of this play so far. Back to 5-on-5. We'll see if they can regain some of that momentum. And obviously, as we see there with the first goal of the game, all it takes is one break, and it's up to you to capitalize on that opportunity. Maryville had the best chance of the night. They capitalized. If the Sun Devils get one like that, they got to make sure they capitalize as well.
Well, we're going to have a face-off here at center ice as the puck flew into the benches. And Maryville's going to come away with it once again. Maryville's been dominating these face-offs so far tonight. Puck taken behind the ASU net. This is Pladson with the puck. She loses it. ASU trying to make something happen on the far side. Looks like we got a scuffle for the puck. And Maryville's going to come away with it. Dumps it in even further. ASU's going to get this puck, though. This is going to be Coons. Coons sends it behind her own net to her teammate. Pladson sends it up. Just a poke there. And ASU looks like they're going to have something going. But Maryville, once again, quick to the puck. This is something that we need to see better from the ASU team if they want to score. Maryville is always the first one to the puck. If ASU wants to score here, they got to be quicker to the puck, Ari.
Yeah, it's the Saints are right. Oh, here we go.
shot there and a score, making it a 2-0 game for Maryville. Looks like it was number 22, Maddie Johnson, on the goal there for Maryville. And this game just got busted wide open here for Maryville in the matter of seconds.
Yeah, there you go. That was another chance there. Looked like the Sun Devils were sort of out of the woods. I was getting ready to talk, and then the puck comes free right in the center of the offensive zone for the Saints. And then, again, the Saints don't mess with that opportunity. They get a chance, and they put it in the back of the net. And so just like that, like you said, it was a 0-0 game, and then ASU with a power play looks like it's in their favor. Instead, it turns into a 2-0 deficit.
And it looks like they're going to credit Cindy Passan with the goal there. So Passan will get her first goal of the game here. And now ASU will have an offensive zone faceoff. Let's see if they can make anything happen here. Like I said,
just could not get the hand and just could not get that pass to come through. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. If ASU is going to answer back with a goal, they've got to be crisp on that pass to put it away.
Now puck's going to be clear now. Can O'Leary beat the icing? She does. Icing is waved off. Puck scramble in front of the net. ASU's going to come away with it though. Trying to clear it out now is ASU. Ring trying to get the puck up. Can't seem to get it out of their defensive zone. This is going to be Maryville taking advantage of this. Swing and a whiff there from Maryville. And the puck's going to come to the ASU defense. Bit of a check there, but Maryville able to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Passes have been intercepted left and right. The teams just can't seem to get anything going unless it's on a breakaway opportunity coming off a turnover.
Yeah, and the Saints are doing a nice job when it comes to the blue line and the red line, not allowing any of those stretch passes to make their way through. The Sun Devils are trying to connect, are always through.
It was a good slap shot there by Benson, but easy pad save for Cadron. And now the puck's going to move around the boards now. This is St. Louis with the puck now. ASU with the puck and neutralized, skating into the offensive zone. This is Messenbrink going around the opponent's net. Looking for a backhand, gets the shot on save there by Cadron.
Really nice move there by Messenbrink to just put that one on net. On the backhand, not a lot of room to fire that puck on net, but she gets it there. And
well, like you said, 15 shots on goal for both teams here. Maryville's just been making the most of it. We're going to send it over to Jack Bartlett. Take it away, Jack.
Definitely a moment of disaster for ASU. 3 quick goals for Maryville here in the second period. One of them, the first one was a shorthanded goal for Maryville, and then just 2 quick goals afterwards. ASU almost looking depleted on their bench. The alumni are just next to the bench, also looking a little bit defeated after allowing 3 quick goals. They had the atmosphere, they had the momentum, they had a lot on their side. This is their home stadium, their home arena, and just not a lot going their way right now as Maryville gets a quick 3-0 lead, a little less than halfway through the second period. Back to you.
So it looks like Ellie Rutherford's going to be credited with that 3rd goal here for Maryville as we get another center ice faceoff that is once again going to go to Maryville. In the offensive zone now is Maryville looking to score again. Can they make it 4 in the period? Looking, blue line, shot, wrist shot, rebound, shot, scores! Anna Callhammer with the goal, making it 4-0 here for Maryville. They have just busted the can open, and now it's looking bleak here for ASU.
yeah, well, it's looking bleak to say the least. All of the momentum right now in favor of the Saints and the Sun Devils. You can see right in front of their net. Well, off camera, they're going over to Carson Hellman right now, Sam Murphy and others trying to go over, make sure that she's all right, keep her head in this game, and try to tell her it's not her fault. That one was not her fault. Puck came free, a slap shot, really not a lot Hellman can do there. And now 4 goals in this period. They've scored on almost every shot on goal they've had this period. And just like that again, 4-0.
Now, if you're ASU, Ari, what do you got to do to get back into this game as best as you can?
Well, the first thing is you got to make sure your mindset is right and that you're only focused on getting 1 back. I think that's always a good place to start. You can't think about it too broad like you're down 4 goals. You just got to think about it. We need to make sure we get the next goal, and we got to get it fast as time starts to become an issue still in the second period. But You just got to try to keep playing your style of game and play a little bit better defense, that's for sure, than they have in this second period, and hope that the offense comes away as a result of that.
Yeah, and as we see, the ASU defense, or offense rather, has been trying to get something going this whole period, but the Maryville defense just been too strong. And a shot here, first shot, scuffle in front. Great saves there from Kadrian. That was a barrage of shots here in front, and another shot, another save. ASU just barraging Kadrian here, and she's been coming away victorious every single time.
Well, that's what you like to see, though, at least from ASU. A flurry like that shows you that they're still in this game and that they want to keep fighting. They're not going to roll over and end this game halfway through. They want to keep firing shots on net. They want to put one past Kadrian. And there you see one of their best chances of the night, certainly their best chance of the period, about 4 shots in the span of 30 seconds.
Good slap shot there from the point, misses just wide. ASU trying to get the puck around now. McKenna fighting for the puck, can't get it. Maryville's going to get possession, losing it now. This is Ring. Ring tries to send it up. Good defense there by Maryville. ASU able to keep it in the offensive zone. McKenna with the puck now on the far side boards. Trying to get in front now, can't do it. Maryville keeping the puck inside the offensive zone for ASU, but then getting it out finally. McKenna comes onside just in time to send the puck in the offensive zone, but loses it immediately. Now McKenna on the turnover. McKenna on the far side boards, just trying to get possession of the puck. Loses it now, and now it's going to be Johnson taking it up for Maryville. Maryville on the attack now. This is Basson. Loses it, but Maryville on the other side of the boards to get the puck skating around the boards. Blue line, wrist shot, save. ASU gets possession, sends it out. ASU with an opportunity here, but they don't get to the puck fast enough. ASU with the puck in their defensive zone now. This is Radcliffe. Radcliffe with the puck. Looking to make something happen. Can't get anything going. Good intercept there from ASU. And neutral ice now. Taking it up. Looking to attack. Icing is waved off. Looks like we're going to have O'Leary with the puck now. O'Leary passes it off. Puck goes up. And now ASU gets it at neutral ice. Good intercept there. ASU with the puck now. This is Craig. Craig is tripped up. No call. And ASU's going to play on.
It certainly looked like there could have been one there as Craig took a tumble.
ASU now with the puck in the offensive zone, pushing it around the boards. Maryville quick to it. Messenbrink's going to get the puck, send it off. Craig with the puck now. Craig fighting for it along the boards. It's going to stay in the offensive zone, and now it's out of the offensive zone into neutral ice.
We're seeing here these last couple of minutes, the whole speed that ASU was able to have as an advantage for a bit of the first is gone over these last 5-10 minutes.
Shot here, blocked by an ASU defender. Shot here, save! Pushed off the puck now is ASU, and they're going to recorral at the blue line. Shot, blocked. O'Leary passes it up, saved in the offensive zone. Craig here, Craig shot, wide of the net. Maryville unable to clear out of the zone. Craig with the puck once again. Craig looking to go into the center. Loses it. Now this is Paulson. Paulson with the puck. She loses it. Now Sam Murphy with the puck. Paulson against again with the puck. Puck goes to the middle, but there's nobody there. Top of the key, moving into the high slot, loses the puck. And ASU's still keeping it on the defensive zone, and now it's finally retreating into neutral ice.
One of the best shifts of the period for sure for the Sun Devils over that last stretch. All players involved. Great shift.
And you just felt like ASU was going to get away with something there, unable to make anything happen, but still that's what you like to see if you're Lindsay Ellis.
Absolutely. That's an encouraging sign to see that. Still with 8-9 minutes to go in the period, a chance to keep that offensive momentum alive just a little bit and maybe put up 1 or 2 before this period's over.
Now ASU's going to corral it behind their net. Send it up. This is going to be Powell with the puck. Powell sends it up. Unable to retain possession, though, as Maryville will take the puck now. And neutral ice. ASU's going to corral it on the turnover. Maryville once again steals it back. Puck dumped into the offensive zone. Maryville on the attack. Looking to wrap in front of the net. Maryville had 2 players right in front of the net there with an easy shot, but unable to get the puck off. Puck's in the neutral ice now. ASU on the attack. Here we go. It's an opportunity here for Powell. Powell skating, looking for teammates. They're going for a line change, though. Now if the puck is Lush. Lush sends a shot off, but around the net, or around the boards, rather. ASU keeping it in the offensive zone, staying aggressive. This is what we like to see if you're ASU. Now moving the puck around the net. Shot in front. Another shot in front. Can't get it in. Kadrin is all over the net right now as she stops another barrage of shots from the ASU attack.
Yeah, the Sun Devils just missed a goal right there. They just could not elevate the puck. They had a couple whiffs at it, a couple chances to just try to get that over that pad of Kadrin. She couldn't get it if it was elevated at all, but the Sun Devils just could not put any lift on that puck, and as a result, Kadrin is able to seal off that edge and keep the Sun Devils out of the net.
Well, Maryville's got the advantage here on the faceoff. Looking to attack. They got a player in the middle. Can they do anything with it? It doesn't look like it. They're going to re-corral. Puck sent to the middle, rather. Hellman is laying around. ASU defenders are hitting the floor like crazy here at the blue line. Shot, wrist shot, screen shot, almost deflected. Nothing going there for Maryville, though. Trying to get the puck back to the blue line, keeping it in bounds was Gerwitz. Now we got a scuffle for it along the boards. See who comes away with it. It looks like it's going to be Maryville. Hellman's just going to trap that puck, and we're going to have a defensive zone face-off for ASU.
A couple sprawling saves by Hellman and her defenders, able to keep the Saints out of the net on that last opportunity. Maryville is still playing offensively. They're not going to turn into a shell. We know sometimes teams, once they're up by a couple goals or so, they just sort of shell up and wait the whole rest of the game to try to play defense and keep you off the board. Maryville is not doing that. They're going to continue to try to fire shots on net, and they're looking for the next goal. They're trying to make it 5-0.
Well, if there's any face-off that ASU has to win, it's this one, and they do. ASU looking to clear it now out of their defensive zone. Unable to do so as Maryville's going to keep it in the attacking zone. ASU players are hitting the deck like crazy now, but they're going to get the puck behind their own net.
Yeah, it's starting to get chippy as well. You could tell by a couple of the chances ASU's had in the offensive zone. There's been some extra stick checks to the ribs after some of these chances.
Good block there by ASU, and now they're going to go on the attack. Moving up ice. Well, puck sent into neutral ice. Now on the attack is Powell. Powell sent it to the blue line. Slap shot way high in the net. Puck moves around the boards. Powell with the puck. Powell in the high slot. Powell looking to pass off, looking for a shot. Sends a wrister. Kicks off the skate of McKenna, but goes wide in the net. Now having to retreat is ASU. Radcliffe sends a puck up to Fleming. Fleming unable to do anything with the puck, and it's going to go to Maryville. Good intercept there by ASU on neutral ice. This is Benson. Benson sends it off. McKenna loses sight of the puck, and now Maryville's going to go on the attack. But it's recrowd here by ASU. Once again, lost at neutral ice by ASU. Maryville on the attack now. Looking for something now is Rutherford. Sends a shot and saved there by Helmet.
Sun Devils will be back at the Mountain America Community Iceplex tomorrow night to conclude their 2 games.
And the Saints are certainly playing better these last few minutes. It looked like after those 4 goals came in a flurry, the Sun Devils had a little bit of momentum. They were able to put together a couple of chances, but as of late, it's been back in favor of Maryville, and they're continuing to try to pile on these shots and keep Hellman on her toes, and as of late, Hellman's been able to answer the call.
Puck's just going to be sent up. It's going to be trapped there by Kadrin, and we're going to have an offensive zone faceoff for the Sun Devils. Saints have been very good at winning faceoffs in their defensive zone. Let's see if they can continue that streak here.
And I like this call by Lindsay Ellis, too, to put out this line. These are the same players that had a fantastic shift earlier. Messenbrink, Tristan Craig, and Brittany Bridell. Those 3 players put together a really good shift about 4 minutes ago. We'll see if they can do it again here and maybe put a goal on the board.
Messenbrink's going to win the faceoff. A shot wide in the net there for ASU. It's going to be corralled by Maryville, and they're going to take it up. Try and do a counterattack now. Puck's lost. Could this be an opportunity? Messenbrink with the puck now. Messenbrink sends it right in front, and a whiff there from Brittany Bridell. Bridell now off the puck. Bridell sends it in front. Messenbrink unable to receive it. Far side corner now. Bridell off the puck, pinned up against the boards. This is Tristan Craig now off the puck. Craig looking for options at the top of the blue line. Pass off blue line once again, out of the offensive zone. Pladsen has to take it back. And now ASU's forced to retreat. Puck back into the offensive zone for ASU. Pass off Craig, high slot, shot! Just high in the net. Craig now keeping it, unable to keep it in the offensive zone. ASU forced a retreat. Good pressure there by Johnson, rather. And now Bridell. Shot, save, and held by Cadron.
Yeah, another good shift. Not a bad sequence by the Sun Devils there. A couple of opportunities on that shift, and Hannah Kuntz with a nice defensive play as well to avoid the pressure.
Now we're going to send it over, we'll wait for the next stoppage to send it over to Jack Bartlett. For now, we're going to wait, and as ASU is going to lose the faceoff here, and it's going to go to Maryville. At neutral ice now, two teams scrambling for the puck. It's going to go to Maryville. This is McGowan. McGowan passes it up right to an ASU defender, and now ASU is going to look to attack here in their defensive zone. Gets it up to neutral ice. Two teams fighting for the puck. Iverson sends it off. Now in the attacking zone is Maryville. They're going to lose the puck. And now this is going to be Paulson trying to send it up for ASU. ASU unable to make anything happen, though. Puck's just going to be sent into the offensive zone. Looks like Maryville's going to get a line change here. Pass intercepted by Maryville at neutral ice. Brings it into the offensive zone. ASU quick to defend, though, and they bring it back into neutral ice. ASU on the attack now. This is Ring. Ring with the shot wide of the net. Maryville's going to corral it. ASU kicking and fighting their way into this offensive zone, trying to get a score here, trying to avoid the shutout. Shot here in front of the net, blocked and saved by Cadron. We're going to send it over now to Jack Bartlett. Take it away, Jack.
Thanks, guys. Just a few moments ago, we saw one of ASU's best players, Sam Murphy, have a quick conversation with Sydney Ellis, the head coach, before exiting the bench, talking and having an evaluation with one of the athletic trainers. Now, I'm not sure what exactly the injury is, but she has left to go to the locker room.
And a goal here for ASU. It's going to be number 19, Ellie McKenna. ASU will avoid the shutout tonight as they cut the lead to 3.
Well, that's how fast things can change. 1 second it looks harmless, the next second the Sun Devils are on the board. And a perfect opportunity. Thanks for that, Jack, by the way. We'll keep you updated on Sydney Paulson if we get any more information. But there you go. One on the board, and still have time in this period to put up another one.
Well, ASU fresh off their heels of that goal, looking to attack. They're in the offensive zone once again. Can they get another back-to-back? Now with the puck is Radcliffe. Radcliffe with the puck, skating around the net. Loses the puck. Right in front now is Messenbrink. Messenbrink with the puck. Sends it up. Bridell unable to do anything. Messenbrink right in front. Shot by, looks like Radcliffe, and it's just going to be, there's going to be a whistle blown while the puck was still active and being kicked between skates. Looks like we might just have an offensive zone faceoff here for the Devils.
Yeah, it was inside of maybe the equipment of Gerwitz there. She was just standing in the crease with the puck, and once the ref lost sight of the puck, blew the whistle.
And Cadron's just going to cover up this one. We're going to have another offensive zone faceoff. ASU bringing the pressure now. They got that fire ignited from underneath them, and now they're feeling the pressure to score.
Yeah, you can see from the bench where we're sitting, players are getting into it, trying to energize the players on the ice to keep that momentum alive and put up a second goal here before this period's over.
Well, Masonbrink loses the puck along the boards right in front of us, and ASU is going to have the puck in neutral ice. They're going to dump it into the offensive zone. Puck's going to slide on down to ASU's defensive zone where they will corral it. Puck going to be sent along the boards now. This is going to be Martin. Martin's going to send it up. Good block there for ASU. We're going to have a penalty called. Looks like it's going to be on number 92, Morgan McGowan, her second penalty of the game.
Yeah, and you don't want to say this is what the Sun Devils are looking for, because obviously the shorthanded goal earlier in Maryville able to capitalize on the penalty kill, but this is kind of what you're hoping for in a situation like this. The Sun Devils have them on the ice as well. An important note, courtesy of what we heard from Jack earlier. another snapshot that Kat Drain is all over. She's been very good in this game. Only 1 goal past her on 31 shots by the Sun Devils, and a lot of them coming in this period.
Well, 30 saves have, or Kadrin rather, has hit the 30 save mark so far this game. ASU looking to make something happen with this power play. From the blue line, wrist shot sent wide. Paulson with the puck. Paulson sends it off. Looking to score now is Martin. Martin unable to do anything. Back to Martin. Martin on the far side boards. Sends it to the top. Slap shot. Deflection and wide of the net. Great opportunity there for Sun Devils, but just missed. Gladson now pressing along the board trying to get the puck. Puck comes out to Powell. Powell with the shot. Deflected, then blocked by Maryville. And now as she spilled hard into the net there.
Yeah, a couple great chances for the Sun Devils in this game. Sorry, on that last sequence, I should say. A couple great wrist shots. Just came up a little bit empty. A couple great opportunities, and man, what a game Cadrain has had so far. Nice to see Saints player back on their feet and able to skate to the bench after a tough hit into the... There's no give when you run into a goalpost, but luckily she's all right.
Glad to see the avoidance of injury here. We're going to get the post set back up. We're going to have an offensive zone face-off here for Maryville.
And again, the big sequence over these, the big play over these last couple sequences has been sort of the transition offense, so to speak. Maryville's been able to turn defense into offense, literally plague defense in their own zone, and then just 1 turnover, 1 block shot, 1 pass out of the zone, and they're right with a setup in the offensive zone. And so ASU hasn't been able to do that for the majority of this game, and so we're seeing right now another opportunity for Maryville right outside the offensive zone, courtesy of that transition offense.
Well, we're within the final minute of play here in the second period. ASU is going to have the power play for the rest of this period with McGowan spin her penalty in the timeout box. ASU looking to get into their offensive zone, skating around, juking. This is Jarvis. Jarvis dumps it in. Puck's just going to be slapped around the boards. ASU trying to keep it in, unable to do so. This is Rutherford. Rutherford gets a puck. She's looking for a shot. One-on-one opportunity. Loses the puck. And ASU avoids danger there as they are going to re-corral the puck here. 10 seconds to go. Can ASU get something in these final seconds? Skating here. Murphy. Murphy in the slot. Shot. Backhand. Poked away. And ASU unable to do anything in the final seconds. They're going to have 7 more seconds on the power play to go. But a very eventful second period here as 5 total goals scored, 4 for Maryville, 1 for Arizona State. It's going to be electric in this final period of play.
Yeah, we saw in that second period the Saints really dominate for a majority of that period. The Sun Devils had their moments, but those 4 goals in a flurry, I mean, it's tough to come back from that. The Sun Devils were able to get the next goal, like I said. And yes, it's a 3-goal game. You just got to keep it focused on the short term. You got to put up 1 goal, the next goal to start off the third period. Time starts to become a factor now. You've got 1 period to make it happen. So you got to do your job, put as many shots on net as possible, and try to get 1 past Cadrain if you can.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break here as the intermission gets underway. We'll be right back with our intermission report.
Welcome back. We're here in a Mountain America Community Iceplex here in Tempe. Second period just ended. Big period. 5 goals on the board, 4 of them for Maryville. I'm here with Lachlan McTagg. Lachlan, what did you see in that period?
Yeah, just a flurry of goals from Maryville. I believe it was 4 goals on 6 shots, 4 goals on 5 shots, straight in about 3 or 4 minutes. So that definitely stuns a team. Maryville just kept coming one after another, even with a timeout called by Lindsay Ellis of Arizona State. Within the next 15 seconds afterwards, Maryville's on the board for their 4th.
You mentioned that flurry of goals. It felt like it was just an onslaught for a couple of minutes there. What did you see from Maryville specifically offensively? What did you see defensively that kind of broke down with Arizona State? What happened there?
A few of the goals were just simple plays that ASU defenders just couldn't get in position for, and Maryville was ready. I mean, a couple of those, we saw St. Louis have a sweet feed in front to a wide open player for Maryville, and Berkeley Radcliffe was just caught sleeping. Didn't get back in time to cover the player heading straight for the front of the net, and it's mistakes like that that are going to cost you. And I said this in the first period, it was little mistakes that can compound on the Sun Devils that weren't taken care of by the Kachinas in preseason and did definitely get taken care of in that second period by Maryville.
So obviously they had that one goal to kind of, the Sun Devils responded in the last couple of minutes. And what do you think of just the last half of that second period? Maryville obviously dominated the first 6-7 minutes of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from Lindsay Ellis's perspective, you'd hope that ASU came out like they did in that last 6 minutes right after the timeout and not give up the 4th goal, but here we are. I think ASU responded well. I think there was a lot of positive talk from the players. They never really looked like they were getting down. They always looked like they were encouraging each other, and they're just getting back to the simple things, just getting pucks on net. I mean, Ellie McKenna's goal was just getting to the front of the net after she deflected her point shot in the high slot, right? The rebound came off Cadrain's pads, and McKenna was right there. It's the simple things like that that are going to get you back in this game for ASU.
Lachlan, if you're Coach Ellis, what are you telling the team right now going into the third period?
You got to take it one shift at a time. It's all about winning your shift, winning your individual battles, and individual battles from every person on the team being won.
Welcome back to the third period here in Mountain America Community Iceplex. Alongside Brady Hansen, I'm Maryville. We'll have the whole third period for you in just a moment. Let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast team, Jack Bartlett.
Thanks, guys. I'm right next to the ASU bench. We saw in that last period, Sam Murphy exited for the locker room before coming back. She is back with the team now on the bench. We'll see if she comes back for the third period. ASU could really use her down by 3 goals with just 15 minutes.
Once ASU got aggressive, they were.
As the Maryville gets back to 5-on-5, Sun Devils will need 3 goals here in this third period to tie it, 4 to win it, and time certainly winding down being a factor. Sun Devils will have to try to work in a hurry. Here's a shot from the point by Messenbrink, missed wide. Up against the boards, it's pinched up by Murphy. Pardon me, that's Lutch there at the blue line.
Yeah, and speaking of Murphy, we did get an injury update over the intermission. It is the same wrist that she had dealt with problems with last year. But we did see her back out on the ice for a bit, so that's a good sign.
2-on-1 for the Sun Devils and a casual glove save by Cadrain. A good shot for the Sun Devils, but Cadrain is up to the task to keep the Sun Devils off the board once again. So just under a minute gone in this opening period. The Sun Devils have more shots on goal. They lead that department 34-20. But as Lachlan mentioned in the intermission, 4 goals on what seemed like 5 shots. They all came in a very short sequence, and that's what's been the difference in this game so far. Sun Devils were able to put 1 on the board late in the second period. Make it back to a 3-goal game, but get it to the neutral zone, but no further. Fleming carries it all the way in herself. She'll go after it up against the boards in the far side corner. Fleming still with it, tried to work it back up top to the point for Radcliffe, but couldn't get it there in time. The Saints misconnect on a pass. It comes all the way free into the Saints offensive zone. O'Leary with it. Tried to center one. Instead it was blocked up. And now here comes McKenna the other way. McKenna off the boards trying to pass it to herself, but a little bit strong. Winds up behind the cage of Cadrain. Coons tried to send one all the way across. Never made it there. As Pladsen tried to work it in deep, couldn't get it there. And now the Saints will send it all the way down the length of the ice for an icing.
Yeah, and already we're seeing ASU be a lot more aggressive, maintaining that puck in the offensive zone, a lot more, kind of picking up right where they left off in the second period.
About 17:20 to go in this third period. Still just the first game of the regular season for the Sun Devils. It's the third for the Saints. They're 1-1 on the season after splitting a series against McKendree to open up the season. Either way, these teams will match up again tomorrow night, and that stream will be also right here on Inferno TV. So make sure you're tuning in to watch that. It'll be in the same location right here on YouTube. Second game of 2 between these two teams. Nice back pass for Tsutera. She fires a shot, just missed it high. Coons pinches up at the blue line, keeps it in the zone for a moment. Tsutera goes chasing after it. Bridell able to get there first for ASU. Up against the boards, comes free for O'Brien. Maryville tries to exit the zone with a pass, instead stopped up at about the red dot. Now finally this one does trickle out of the zone, and the Saints are able to get back to it. Here's an opportunity the other way, but speed from Messenbrink knocks the stick out of the hand of Argyropoulos. Goes away.
Yeah, that was low-key a smart play there from Messenbrink, just knocking the stick away so Maryville doesn't have a chance to score there.
Saints with pressure here again.
Looks like it would be a
Johnson's
tripping penalty.
tripped up. It will be a tripping penalty. Johnson is the one who draws it for the Saints. We'll see who's going to the box for ASU.
Looks like it's going to be Messenbrink.
Couple players over by that box right now. Messenbrink is waiting for confirmation. It is indeed her, and she will get that confirmation. Messenbrink will spend 2 in the penalty box, not what you're looking for if you're ASU already down by 3 goals, and now you have to kill off a penalty.
Yeah, let's hope they can get a little bit of that Sun Devil magic and find a way to get a shorthanded goal here.
Sun Devils had 3 shorthanded goals last year. Here's a quick shot off the face-off. A nice pass from the point Johnson, the one who just drew the penalty. Fired Gerwitz a shot never made its way on net. Hit a couple players. Back to Rutherford, right in front of the crease. Had it knocked off her stick. 19 seconds left on the power play, and the Sun Devils are able to clear it. A much up against the boards. Platson, and they're trying to get it free. So is Sam Murphy. Finally, they do. Murphy escapes with the puck. Murphy working all the way in. Murphy circling the net. Murphy still with it. Now she fires a shot, missed it high and wide.
Platson was calling for the puck there. Murphy just missed her.
Murphy elected to take the shot. And now here come the Saints the other way. Platson tries to deliver a hit. He's able to knock Brennan off the puck and turn it over. ASU tries to get there first, but good pressure by Maryville forces Maryville. Will just chip in, and now forecheck. Benson headmans it for Fleming. One off of her stick, and it comes back free to Benson. Benson working in one-on-one. Benson on the backhand fires a shot and missed it wide. Ring with it. Puck comes free all the way to the far side, right around the red line. Brooks trying to come to her feet so she could clear it down the length of the ice, but she could not get a handle. Back into the neutral zone. Here comes Radcliffe with it. Radcliffe had it knocked off her stick, and back into the neutral zone it goes. Platson. ASU, it'll go all the way down behind the net, where Cadrine has been nearly perfect. 35 saves on the night, 36 shots on goal, just one past the Saints goaltender here tonight. Devils again behind the net with it. Short angle shot, made its way on net, but couldn't get past Cadrine. Back up top to the point. Here's another shot, blocked before it got there. And the Saints will clear it all the way down the length of the ice, and that will be icing.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, much better look here from ASU. They're playing a lot more physical too, and to go of their offensive zone, continuation, and aggressiveness.
So 11:17 to go here in the third period. Sun Devils up to 37 to the left of Cadrine. Sun Devils win the draw. Sutera fires a shot, went off a stick and up into the netting behind the net in the offensive zone.
Yeah, and now Cadrine gets her 37th save of the game performance from her here tonight.
And she has been nearly flawless in net, everything the Saints could hope for. And even though the Saints have not had much offense outside of that flurry that they had earlier in that second period, 4 goals has been more than plenty for Houghton in net. And now with approaching 10 minutes to play, certainly seems like 4 goals will be enough. 10:45 to go here in this period. Checked up on the boards, and taking a big hit there was Paige Dawson. And it's going to be another power play coming for the Maryville Saints. Logan Sutera will head to the box for 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be Olsen in the box.
Sun Devils minor penalty number 13, Logan Sutera.
Or it's going to be Sutera. Pardon me.
Sutera 2 for roughing.
Yeah,
Penalty.
like I said, ASU's getting more physical this period, and right there it just got the best of them.
On the penalty kill.
And these teams, like we've said a couple times, they're meeting each other tomorrow night. It got a little bit chippy in the second period when the Saints started to pile on those goals, and if it starts getting chippy here in the third, everything as this game continues to go sets the tone for tomorrow, and that may do so even more, as taking a spill there was a Sun Devil right behind the net, and immediately following the penalty by...
Looks like Sam Murphy was laughing that hit off on in the bench, so it appears that she's all right, which is good news for ASU.
So here on 4-on-4, we'll see who that favors as the Sun Devils try to skate it right in on net. ASU, but what matters right now is that 4-1 lead that the Saints have. Right at the blue line, it's turned over. Here comes Poisson. Poisson fires a bad angle shot on the backhand. Hellman makes the save. Now the Sun Devils skate with speed the other way. It's Mia Jarvis was ready for it and makes the save.
ASU is back at full strength and on the power play.
ASU's on a 5-on-4 here for 12 seconds, as Gerwitz will spend Another 7 in the box before we're back to 5-on-5. Ellie McKenna has it. McKenna, right at the face-off dot, fires a shot. Never made its way on net. So we're back to 5-on-5 after the abbreviated power play by ASU, and the Saints, unable to ice the puck on the penalty kill, will ice it here and force an offensive zone draw coming up for ASU with 8:12 to go.
Yeah, and we see the Saints try to protect that 3-goal lead. So we could be seeing a lot more icing here just alone in this third period than we have in the entire game.
The Saints understand that they probably don't need any more goals on the board, as the Saints are going to take a timeout here and maybe talk about exactly that, understanding that the Saints have a 3-goal lead, and with the way that Cadrine has been playing in net, 39 shots on goal, 38 saves, she's a chance to improve the Saints to 2-1 on the regular season. For the Sun Devils on the other side of things, beginning of the regular season for them, we talked about the success they had in last year's season. Of course, one of the best seasons in program history, if not the best, making it to nationals for the first time in program history, winning the WWCHL out in Utah. Sorry, Colorado. They'll be in Utah this year if they're able to make it. Nationals in St. Louis, I believe. Both of these teams will be looking for another trip to nationals after making it last year. And if you're new to the YouTube channel here, Inferno TV, we'll be broadcasting all of the ASU women's hockey games right here on this YouTube channel, along with other games as well. We'll have streams for a lot of other sports, so if you're interested in any sort of sports happening around the Valley, make sure to subscribe to all of our streams on not just women's hockey, but also everything going on surrounding ASU and the Valley. Back in action, under 8 minutes to play in this third period, 7:50 to go. Sun Devils with it in their own zone. Quick pass, tried to find Fleming. Instead, it's all the way back down the length of the ice. Pladsen will play it. Pladsen stuffed one home, but Carson Hellman is able to hold on that post, and that's something you might see here as time continues to tick off. Under 7 minutes to play, Sun Devils are going to have to take some chances and perhaps give up some of those odd man rushes. But if the second period was any indication of how dangerous the Saints can be on those turnovers and odd man opportunities, well, let's just say they certainly are dangerous. Bodies colliding there at the blue line. 2 players go down. It was Bridell going down for ASU. Here come the Sun Devils back the other way into the blue line. Now gaining the zone. And Bridell all out there for ASU right now, along with Radcliffe and Benson. Up against the boards. Sun Devils able to maintain possession. They try to center one through, but good stick work by Gerwitz to thwart that opportunity. Up against the boards, Radcliffe collides with Brooks. Centering try, here's a shot and they score! Sophie Brennan with the 5th goal of the game for the Saints. And it is back to a 4-goal game.
Yeah, that puck just wrapped around the net right in front of Brennan. Brennan had the wide open net, saw her opportunity and took it.
So Sophie Brennan picks up the goal, makes it a 5-1 game. And any hope of the Sun Devils coming then back in this game seems even more unlikely. 5:54 to go. Sun Devils will have to climb back a 4-goal deficit here in the opening game of the regular season. A lot of collisions there at the red line immediately following the face-off. Sun Devils trying to work it back in the zone. Here's a shot from Paulson from the point. This one came up high, but it was blocked by the Saints once again, and here comes a 2-on-1. Gillings works it through and could not find the stick that time. So an opportunity goes away for the Saints. Saints are offsides here. They'll tag up, and instead they'll just go for a change, as the Sun Devils will be able to work it back up through the neutral zone. trying to get it into the offensive zone, but having some trouble doing so. Finally they do, with Anita Fleming, who fires a shot